Hey guys, I'm the one you lost, and in this video I'm going to show you how I made this work in progress of Mume from Hololive. So, I'm back to doing maid outfits just because I love like little like frilly dresses and all that. Even though I'm not 100% the best at them, I really like drawing very frilly dresses and having lots of frills on them. I even added wings, which is kind of a thing because Mume is a owl. And it's one of those things that whenever I was drawing this, I kind of just went straight into it without guides. And I don't know when I started doing that, but I stopped doing guides a little while back because I just kind of knew what I was doing and knew what looked right. And I don't actually recommend doing that, so don't do what I do. Draw guides. I have old videos where I drew like proportions and guides, but nowadays, I just kind of go in and draw it because I know what looks right versus what doesn't look right. Do I still make mistakes? Yes. But that's the beauty of the sketching phase, is you're able to make mistakes, then correct it later. And that's kind of what I do here. Kind of drawing the corset here. And I do a lot of editing to the corset because the feel itself needs to be like aligned with the body properly, and it wasn't on my first go round, if that makes sense. I definitely didn't do it correct on the first go, but the whole idea here is solid. I'm having her kind of hold her dress, kind of showing, revealing what's underneath, which is a nice way of saying things that I hope doesn't get me demonetized on YouTube, you know what I mean? In terms of the hand, I ended up drawing the hands, but then as I drew the artwork, I ended up hiding them. So, you know, I shouldn't have done that. That was one of those things that I may go with the finished product and fix that later and put the hands back, but we will see. Sometimes I've admittedly been a bit lazy and haven't drawn hands, and that's actually a bad thing. It's good to practice hands, make sure you get it right. You'll notice that the angle in the work in progress right now is a bit wrong. You'll see that I used the liquify tool to kind of correct the body proportions. I then, kind of copy and paste the torso and kind of tilt it and angle it a bit better. Because right now the angle feels a bit, almost stiff. You know what I mean? It needs more movement and kind of like an S curve to the body. And I will go in and fix that here pretty soon. So, if you've been watching me for a while and you've been watching this far, I'd really appreciate it if you would like the video, leave a comment about what you think, and subscribe. I would love it if you would subscribe. Hit the bell if you want notifications, but that may be pushing my luck. But if you have been watching my videos, comment down below the comment, I've been here since the beginning. And just confuse people as to why you said that. Just kind of a little bit of an engagement farm bait there for you. But now we're drawing the guides for the head, and the reason why I always draw guides from the head and why I don't just eyeball it like I do the body is because eyes are incredibly precise on the head. They are exactly an eye length apart from each other, and they stop right where the flat part of the head begins. So if I don't draw the guides, I tend to misplace the eyes. Even through years of like drawing eyes, I still draw the guides because it makes sure that the positioning is correct. Because a lot of the face and getting the face right is symmetry. If your symmetry is wrong, it looks a bit. So that's my main advice to you is try to draw the guides for the face and focus on symmetry for the face. So now we're doing the hair, and I'm actually very satisfied with how I did the hair in this particular artwork. The goal, as I've learned lately, is to follow the roundness of the head and then have it drape using gravity. I know that's easier said than done. It's one of those things where it's like, well, duh, Lost. Like, no kidding, follow the head and, like, focus on gravity. But how do I do that? And all I can really say is it's something you have to practice and always keep gravity in mind. And then always pass your artwork by other artist friends or people that you trust to like give you the hard truth about your artwork, and it'll help. Criticism is scary, but it's super important to getting better. And I know how hard it can be to have somebody tear your artwork kind of a new one. And you're just like, oh, all I wanted to know was wrong. I didn't realize everything was wrong. And I completely understand that. I get that feeling. It feels really bad whenever people notice a bunch of things wrong with your artwork that you didn't see. But it really is good. And the goal is not to be dejected by it. Instead of being dejected, take what they learned to heart and try to do better next time. Or fix it. At the end of the day, you can only do so much. But it's okay. It's okay to take criticism. Let yourself breathe if it hurts. It's gonna be for your benefit that you take the criticism in good spirit and on the chin. There is such thing as bad criticism. Like, you can get people who just want to be ugly for the sake of being ugly, and pretty much all you can do in that scenario is just be like, okay, I won't listen to them. But do not assume that everyone getting criticism, even if it's a little bit mean, is trying to be a jerk to you. Because sometimes they just don't know how to word it, and they think they're helping, but they're not. Hold on, gotta pause the recording. I'm gonna sneeze. I'm back. I almost didn't sneeze, and that was horrible, but I did sneeze. I feel better now. Yay! But now we're doing the base colors, and whenever I do shading, I have my little color palette you'll see on the side over there, down on the color wheel, and then at the very bottom. These are the colors I tend to use the most. When it comes to darker shades of skin, or something that is a bit more melanin in it, I have a completely different separate color swap for that. And I basically color pick from some of my favorite artworks and then work from there. That's actually a really good tool I can advise for you. If you don't know what colors are good and you see an artwork that has amazing colors, it's completely okay to like get your color picker and create your color palette from your favorite artworks. And it's not like you can't steal colors. Everybody can use the same colors. But the thing is, it's more about how you utilize them. Even though my color palette over here has a full range of colors, I end up changing all the colors with the tonal curve later to be a bit more how I want them to be. Tonal curve and post-processing is huge in getting my artwork to look the way it does. So now we have the basic idea and the base colors, and we're gonna start rendering this work in progress, because I need to know that when I finish it, it'll be worth finishing. And that is why I always do rendering on my sketches, because I want to know, is this worth it? And most of the time, it'll be worth it. And if it's not, I just move on. So we have the basic lighting from the character here. We're kind of focusing the light on top of her, kind of casting down. It's almost directly casted on her, like the light is coming from above but facing her instead of behind her. So that's kind of what we got going on here. And I'm trying a new way of like highlighting here, and I think I'm really happy with how it turns out. We're just adding little details. We're now adding the light onto the wings. Here we are. That looks good. Now we're adding the add glow, where kind of the sun is shining on the skin. So some basic rendering in the eyes. Some blush. I think I'm getting to the point where I'm about to start working on the hair. There we go. Now we're working on the hair. Now we're cooking with gas. So I've recently decided that I'm going to be simplifying how I render hair, and I'm definitely like super happy with this new way of rendering hair. And I keep changing how I render hair, but every time I do it, it's like I figure something out. Now we're adding a little bit of post-processing, some tonal curve, some color balance here pretty soon, some like little bits of eye candy with the feathers over here. And I did stop the recording before I actually finished it, so my mistake on that. But we are approaching the end here pretty soon. Now we're just going to add a little bit of highlights to the darker part of the clothes. Some haze to the wings to kind of separate it from the background of the hair. Ooh, allergies are killing me today. So now we've got the basic idea, and that's kind of how I made this artwork. Here we go, some color balance to kind of make it a little more red, and there we go. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!